All right, welcome to Believe Me Later. This is episode number 1 here. We've got a full crew today.
We do indeed.
Booner, I'm Booner, right? Booner Sports. Lucas Klotz.
Adios, amigos. Well,
We've got Chris over in the sound booth with his horn.
For real?
You gonna keep
Right
it
away,
going?
right away. We've got JB in the on the ones and twos, and we got special guest heavyweight.
Special guest.
Just putting in the extra hours.
Speakeasy, putting
What
in some
up,
extra hours with the fellas today.
Listen, you guys wrote my name on a paper that made me feel special, so I had to come through.
Indeed, we had to shed some light on
Yeah,
it.
wrote it on there with the Sharpie. It makes you feel real special.
You wrote somebody else's name in Sharpie, too, or someone's former name.
I did not. If we want to put the camera over there on the solo
don't-
shot, Lucas, he can
Yeah,
can
who
admit
did
to
that
it.
bullshit?
I did.
It was
It
you.
was out of good-hearted intent.
Lucas, get in the middle of the... Listen,
Yeah.
man.
Lucas is all off here.
I was
Listen,
told to
man.
move before. No, wrong way.
That,
Here we go.
There we go. Too far.
Nope, too far.
Stop.
There we,
Your head
yeah.
should be lined with the beam.
He leaned back into
didn't
the
know
Planet
Back.
Fitness.
There you go. There you
There
go.
we go. Yeah,
we
just
go.
sit up a
We're
little.
There you
rolling.
go.
We're rolling.
All right, yeah, we're rolling.
He's so just that cool about it.
I think Lucas is nervous. I don't know what's
I'm
going
not.
on.
I'm having a good time.
I think Chris
21st
got
was
nervous.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I think,
Chris
If you
got
think
nervous.
I'm nervous right now, I
Tension
don't know what
in
to
the
tell
air.
we have a new rivalry brewing
I'm
here
as
at Woodward.
cold-blooded as Joe Burr, Ohio boy.
Joe Burr is Louisiana. Can we
motherfucker
confirm that Joe Burrow is a Louisiana
Look up where he's
kid?
born. Guarantee it shows
I
you
mean,
in Ohio.
he is from Ohio.
He's from Ohio, but
Plays in Ohio.
He won a national
He had his college year in LSU.
yeah,
Now
he's still an
back in
Ohio
the Super
State
Bowl.
guy. He's a state fan.
if he ranked them, if he was like 1-2, he would go Louisiana, Ohio,
Well, I
don't
mean, for
think
being
he'd
real,
agree.
Louisiana's a better state than Ohio for sure. Like,
100%.
but I mean,
That I could give you.
I have to like us Midwesterners, what do you want to call it? Like we ride for our states. Like we will always rep Michigan, we'll always rep Detroit. I'm sure Burrow still reps Ohio.
I don't know,
I'm
man.
telling
He
you,
went and won a
as,
national
as a fellow
championship.
I gotta be
as
real.
a Ohioan, there's
Like
a
it's
lot of,
it's a respect thing because like we're in like some of those like shitty states. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you recognize somebody who come up and did something great out of that shitty state, you got it's love.
To be honest, I would never be like it's love to Ohio.
Well, for sure, you wouldn't.
Never.
But like, I mean, you're from Ohio, right? Am I wrong here?
I mean, I would say so, but there's definitely a good amount of Ohioans who don't claim Ohio. They just
That's
Joe
fair,
Burrow.
too.
Rightfully so.
Joe Burrow,
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
But to be fair though, Steph Curry grew up. He's only like he's born
yeah. What didn't he grow up in like
in
North
Cleveland by
Carolina?
coincidence,
Charlotte,
right?
yeah.
Because like they're on the road or some shit like that. I'm
Yeah.
assuming
Yeah, born
he grew
same
up in
floor
North
as
Carolina.
LeBron.
Born in Akron.
Yeah,
Born in the same hospital and floor as LeBron.
That's crazy.
isn't that
What?
wild?
Same
Yeah.
floor.
I don't know about the
Same
floor.
room?
I don't know about the floor and room.
Not room.
No, not the
Same
room.
bed.
Yeah, you're going too far.
I don't know about that.
Same time?
Same girl.
All right.
Same
But
girl.
let's get into it.
Let's get going a little bit. First of all, can we all just take a moment? Lucas turned 21 yesterday.
Oh yeah, man.
Hey.
Happy birthday.
Happy belated.
Congrats, my brother.
That's crazy. I thought you were like 23, 24, if I'm going to be completely honest.
So now what?
Nope.
Like when are you celebrating? Like, do you want to celebrate? Because we
don't
can
know.
arrange something. It's Braylon's birthday today.
Yeah. I mean, I was
It's a big week.
probably go this weekend to there's a casino in Toledo, but just go
Man.
there, get a little fucked up, lay some bets.
That's some Ohio
Whoa.
ass shit.
That's what I'm saying though. That's why like people like there's
Yeah,
nothing,
maybe
what
Joe
am I gonna
Burrow
do,
doesn't
go to
claim
downtown
Ohio. You're
Toledo?
right. Yeah, you're right.
Why don't you go out to Detroit?
There's only
Wine and
one
dine me.
person
I'll
that
pay
I
for
know
myself, though.
who truly claims Ohio, and that's just LeBron. Is there
Yeah.
anyone
But he
else?
got his ass out.
Yeah, is there anyone else that's like, oh, I'm from Ohio? Like, yes. Like, Joe Burrow's like
The
Louisiana.
Paul brothers. The Paul brothers.
Yeah,
They're-
that's fair.
They don't claim they're from Ohio.
No,
They're
they
from
do.
Chino Hills.
Jake.
Oh, the Paul brothers? I think
Yeah,
said
yeah,
the
yeah.
Ball brothers. I was like,
Oh
they're
no
from
no
Chino
no no
Hills.
no.
No, Paul's.
Yeah, no pause.
Yeah, I don't know. The
Pauls.
Pauls. I don't know if
Pause.
they're proud of that, though, are they?
Sounds the same. Yeah, because we could do a whole little like party thing. Because Maz's birthday was Saturday.
That's what I
past
was saying.
Saturday.
Though. There was a
Yeah.
lot of people born in February. I feel like.
For sure.
You had what? You had
Not me.
Maz. There was somebody before Maz too.
Ryan?
Maybe Ryan.
There was.
I'm
There was
thinking
a
Ryan.
Oh, yeah, it was Ryan.
Ryan is February as well.
Braylon,
So really just the whole Armani
Armani Edwards show. Yeah, Armani Edwards.
Plus
and Maz.
Lucas.
Plus I.
and
Plus Lucas.
We should
Who's
do something.
Lucas again? No, I'm joking. Happy birthday. Happy belated.
Appreciate you guys.
Stop,
Happy birthday.
man. That's gotta be bad. No, you think that's not bad in the microphone?
It's his fucking horn. Relax.
All right.
That's his hot.
I'm just saying. If I have like earphones on, I'm imagining someone with earphones on that's like ear raping them.
It's the charm.
Yeah, it
I don't know if that's
comes with the
charm.
territory. We knew what we were getting ourselves into. When
Yeah,
we handed him
murderous.
horns.
When we put that in there, we knew what was going to happen.
That was a stupid idea. Whose idea was that?
It was theirs.
That was
It wasn't mine.
He was trying to. He felt bad that he called him his former nickname, so he put it in there.
That was their last time.
Yeah.
You guys want to spark that out right now, or was it dead in that?
I
or what?
honestly have no clue on what the backstory is. I just thought that's what it was referred to because when I came in here,
I don't
he
even
was
know what you're
referred to
talking
as
about. It
sus.
doesn't exist.
All right, it's deaded then.
Yeah, it's over. You guys are. We're all good
Now you know.
we're moving
Yeah.
past. But
Can I have one question?
Yeah.
yeah.
Believe me later, or what's the name of the show?
Believe me later.
10 minutes into the
We're in
show.
love with-
He doesn't even know the name of the show he's on right now.
We're in love with that name.
Do you not like the name?
Are we in love with this name?
We've already got a logo in the
Yeah,
works.
no,
now.
man.
Because you go, the slogan is
Should we have ran that by you, or like ran by
I
most
mean,
people?
did you guys run by anybody?
Is it easy marketing department?
they all ate it up. They liked it.
Who? Who's they?
Adam, Justin, Gabby.
Yeah, no, they liked it.
Because it's
Sell
like
me
hear
this.
me, hear me now. You're gonna hear me.
Okay.
Like numerous times, like we've already gotten in discussions where you're like, oh, I would take Ndamukong Suh over Calvin Johnson, and it's like, hear me now, but you're gonna believe me later.
Okay.
So the slogan is gonna.
I
be,
like it all together.
It's easy.
Then. I like
way-
That's what I said.
like to hear. Yeah, I think it should be that. Hear me now,
But
believe
we
me
can't
later.
have a
'Cause-
name that's like a full sentence, though.
Well, I mean, let's think of some names here.
Like
Part of
the
my
Woodward
take-
heavyweights. It's not the Woodward heavyweights with the
For
best
sure.
steaks in
How many?
America.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
but just believe me later by itself is like it's kind of naked there. I don't. It's kind of weird sounding.
I'm
Well,
picking up what
baby, I
you're
like
putting.
it.
I'm with you, but we can't have like a full sentence as a name.
Give us some show names.
I really think you could.
I've never seen a show name that's like.
what's your top 5 favorite shows right now?
like podcast shows?
Just let's off the top of your head.
Call her daddy.
Heavyweights, Ermani Edwards. No, I'm just kidding. Named every
Yeah,
single-
no,
Just
he-
kidding.
he-
Hell no.
he was going to say that joke, got interrupted, had time to think about it again, and then decided to give it.
No, those shows, all of those shows, every show at Woodward is short, not
Yeah.
long. Pardon my take, short.
Yeah.
Call Her Daddy. That's a big, huge show.
Yeah.
Call Her Daddy. It's not
Yeah,
like Call
you're
Her
right.
Daddy while you're hanging out.
You're right.
in the-
It's just a thought exercise. I'm not.
Call her
I'm not
daddy
making a
while she's
point,
in the
just a thought
back of the
exercise.
back.
yeah, like it's not like believe me later or hear me out now. Like we're not gonna see. Like you know what I
Ooh,
mean?
Is
hear
that
me
what
out.
it would be called? Ooh.
Hear
That's
me
probably
out.
already a
There's
thing.
already.
Why don't we just
we
cut it
already
to
had
listen?
a name. We had a name already, and there was a.
Save
what was the
everybody
original
the
name?
confusion.
What was it?
What was the original name?
Yo.
What's the word?
What's
What's
the
the word?
Yeah, but there's already a podcast. What's the word?
Yeah.
Fuck them. We could be bigger than them. Crush them.
JB, do you love Believe Me Later or Believe Me?
Let's-
Yeah, let's
Honest
we can,
forum here.
We can, yeah, no,
Completely
open
Before they
forum.
pay for like a logo and shit.
Yeah, because we talked to Justin now, but we can definitely rearrange that.
We can
I'm
keep
sorry, am I
the
being a dick right now?
No,
I'm looking
I'm
out
happy,
for you guys.
I'm happy
I
you
don't
brought
like
this
it.
up. I'm
guy
happy.
needs to came on the show and
That's what
said
we
it.
need.
We already have a logo design. We could always change the letters and the words. If it's like a
We have the concept down. The
Yes.
template, quote unquote.
yes,
What's
we've
the
already
word?
created a template basically.
Word on Woodward's already a thing.
Oh, fuck.
How do you like the podcast name Believe Me Later? Talking to the microphone.
Put your lips on.
I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10 respectfully.
Respectfully.
We need it.
Okay,
we want
respectfully.
a 10.
Okay.
That means that shit is trash.
That's
son.
great. That's good. Are you being nice or are you being for real?
No, I'm being for real. I'm being for real.
That's not
Chris is
bad.
coming
I
out the
think she's
boot.
being
What
nice.
Chris said? What Chris said?
I think she's just being nice. She seems like a
I feel
sweet
like you're
girl.
being nice too.
Chris is just getting creepy now.
Oh, come to the microphone. Like, hey, hey,
We gave you Chris.
If I was being nice, I would give it an 8, but no, it's like
If
I
you were
don't really
being-
like it. It's a 7.
So if you were like
she's
the-
super nice. She doesn't like it, but it's a 7, so
okay.
she's being nice.
So would you change it?
yeah.
You
Okay.
would? Okay.
That's all we need.
We'll
Okay.
workshop that.
Respect.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
workshop
table that
that.
one. Hey, in the comment section.
Comment section.
Yeah,
Yes.
no.
Let's pull it up. Let's pull up the
Comment.
comments.
Well, no, I'm saying for when you post this, all right? Because you guys. I'm sorry if I'm
She
being
was
mean.
being
Dude,
nice.
no, this is fine.
This
I
is
like
this is what we
Because
needed.
this is what
Yeah.
your second episode, third episode.
First.
This is gonna be our first.
That's what I'm saying. You guys did this 3 times now. Post this shit.
We are.
Dude, I
this
know,
is
but
number
it's just-
one.
Let's go. This is number one.
This is our.
You got me.
first.
You asked me on for the number
Because
one.
if
Oh,
anyone,
dude.
no one's gonna see last week's
That means a lot,
episode, but we went the whole
Thanks,
episode
dude.
last week, and Chris's mic I think was off.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had a good ass
Total
show.
hack job.
Yeah, but it just went to shit.
Chris, you know why?
Was Chris in the audio booth too?
JB
No, he
was
was there.
telling the
Oh,
fuck
okay.
Shout
I
out
was
to
on the
JB
top.
because
That was my bad, y'all. My bad.
no,
I
JB was
messed
good
that up.
because Chris was just blowing the horn the whole time, like easy set. So
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, that's. I'm being a dick for sure.
it.
Actually.
No, I think
I'm being an
you're-
old man just bitching about everything.
No.
It's 'cause I'm tired.
It's got to
I love
be. It's
it.
got to be well timed.
I mean, if we're being honest, you're the most experienced out of all
Yeah.
of us here. So you're
Old.
coming in being like,
Yeah. Like,
Old.
wait, what was your take on the name? I'm so sorry.
No, I'm with you guys on a serious note. I think that it should be the full name. I think the full name has a nice ring to it. It's a nice catch. I like it.
Because it is long. I give
can't
it to you.
get
It's
around the wrong
long.
name. I can't do it. I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's long, but it's catchy, and it's like
Just
it's
saying,
not
long is where it's at.
Can you guys name me 5
No.
podcasts or
exactly.
shows
No, you're right. No, you're
Exactly.
100% right.
Exactly.
But like, how can you promote and do all of that with a full sentence?
Lucas, what are your nicknames from like when you played college ball and now when you got bullied from like, cool nicknames?
Pete Davidson.
That was one of the bullied ones. But probably like it was just like Klotz or Klotzy.
Klotz.
Boone and Klotz.
Klotz and Booner.
Boone and Klotz.
No, see that's
Booner's like,
No,
why did I go
that's
first? You don't like Klotz and Booner?
no, that's like hey, who's doing your podcast?
Klotz and Booner. I'm immediately
Welcome back to Klotz and Booner.
something.
I don't know.
Klotzen with Booner? I don't, that sounds
We'll
sus.
workshop. We'll get with you. We'll get with Adam, and we'll workshop something. I think. I
Yeah.
can't do.
This can be the pilot
I cannot
episode. This
do
will be
the
this will
full-
literally be called pilot.
Episode 1, pilot.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I can't do.
We got one name down.
No, I'm with you. You
I
should definitely keep
can't
it
do
short.
it.
Definitely keep it short. I only asked like to think of the other names because it's a thought exercise. Like you're 100% right. There's not.
Like spitting chiclets. Like just too. Like it's just
Yeah.
to the point. Like this is your
Yeah,
name.
like no more than, like,
Hermione
4
Edwards with
syllables.
the
What
is
Nats,
that?
Like, the heavyweights.
Barstool's
Yeah.
hockey podcast.
Yeah, it's a hockey
I
podcast.
mean, no, like dissing them. It's just I don't know. I would not want
Them.
my show to be called Spittin' Chicklets or whatever
Yeah.
it's called.
That's
a weird
wild.
name.
It's weird,
is a weird
but it's
name.
a good hockey name. I feel
Is
like.
chiclets a hockey term?
Yeah, it's like spitting chiclets, like your teeth, like
Oh.
teeth that like get punched
See,
out.
went over my head.
Yuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a hockey thing. I think.
Big hockey guy
teeth.
here. If you couldn't tell.
Oh yeah, I think I might be the only hockey guy actually in the room.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
standing alone.
That is
But
factual.
everyone should be a Red Wings guy tonight because they're playing
Hell
for
yeah.
a playoff
Red
spot.
Wings are up 2-1.
I'm getting into the Red Wings. Real
And they're
shit.
up 2-1 right now.
Yes, sir.
That's dope.
All right, we'll get through this.
We'll table
this
it. We'll
name
table
thing.
it.
We're after this is the pilot episode. Next episode, we're gonna dive in and we're gonna have a real name.
Yeah.
We're not gonna have like a paragraph though. We're gonna have a name.
And in case
Or
it's not
sentence.
updated by then, make sure you leave suggestions in the comments.
Yes.
So-
Yes. All right, let's get the first thing here. First segment we're gonna do every show:
Okay.
hot headlines and cold convos.
Yes.
And we can workshop that too.
No, that's
He's second guessing everything.
Like, what did I just say?
I said it looked that easy, and I'm like, all right.
Approval.
Dude,
Needed.
look, look,
I'm
look,
listening.
look.
I'm listening.
All right, so hot headlines, cold combos. We're gonna go around the room every single episode. We're gonna have a hot headline, something that happened big in the sports world or even just the world that week.
The world, Craig.
Yeah, and then cold combos, something bad you think happened that's in the headlines as well. So Lucas, you go first. We'll go around the room. We'll go hot headlines first.
So we'll go hot headlines. In case you missed it, A.J. Brown, the wide receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles, he said he is not going to be playing in Philadelphia if they do not give Jalen Hurts the money that he desires. And I think that's a good thing because I think Philadelphia obviously intends on bringing back Jalen Hurts. They should. They'd be brain dead if they didn't. And if you're bringing back Jalen Hurts, you're bringing back A.J. Brown, and I think that's going to be a top 3 duo for the next 4 to 5 years. So I think it's great for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think that was their intentions. They're just now going to get what they wanted.
Yeah, I think that's a top 5 duo in the whole NFL.
Especially
They
because
had to get that done, right?
they will.
Yeah.
But I mean, this was what Hurts' third year.
Yep.
Third season.
But technically, still like next year. He wasn't a first round pick. So no 5th-year option. Yeah, they got. I mean, if I'm Hurts and I'm running as often as I did this year for this team, I want something inked up before heading into next season for sure.
It's kind of like the Lamar Jackson
yeah.
situation, right? Almost.
Yeah.
Like a similar.
Very
thing.
similar.
Yeah, Jalen
Except
Hurts
for, I
just been
mean,
to
you
a
have
Super Bowl.
almost more reason to do so as the Eagles because you went to the Super Bowl this year. But at the same time, you went to that Super Bowl on the rookie deal.
Who would you rather have, Lamar Jackson or Jalen Hurts?
12%.
On what?
They're both gonna have
They're
to
both
get an
gonna
extension.
resign.
Both getting
yeah.
fat deals?
Because they both are going to. So would you rather have Lamar or Jalen Hurts that just went to a Super Bowl?
Damn.
MVP or Super Bowl?
Jalen looked damn good all year. he has a squad. Like, don't get me wrong. That's like it's tough to answer this because like Jalen's got a fucking squad.
He looked damn good.
Lamar had
And
one
he
though
looked damn
when
good,
he
too.
won
Hell
MVP. Like
Yeah.
he had. It's
Well, Lamar's never really had receivers though.
he has not. That's true.
So
So he
I-
has
I-
had a good defense. and-
Lamar may be the better pure talent, but I can't deny like Hurts looked like fucking good. Like you can't deny
about
how
it-
good he looked. Although he had all that talent around him, he looked good.
Yeah, and if you
Facts.
think about it too,
Hell
if
good.
Jalen Hurts doesn't get hurt,
Yeah,
he probably has an MVP with Lamar.
yeah, that's a tough question. That's a really good question, actually. Am I tripping? Is that not a tough?
This
question?
is not a tough question
Extremely tough.
for
I don't
me.
know
Who is
I
it
would
for you?
pick.
It's easily Jalen Hurts, and I'm still a Lamar fan, but we've seen already in year, I don't know, what would this be, year 4 or 5 with Lamar?
It's going on year
It-
5.
yeah, but he's already hurt, and this was the biggest concern with Lamar. And you look at Jalen Hurts, he's way bigger in stature, like you just saw. He's strong. That's going to be a
interesting.
huge implication when it comes to injuries. And I think he already has a better arm than Lamar Jackson, and they both were projects when it came to the quarterback position. You're already seeing Jalen, because Baltimore in like Lamar's MVP days, they had a good ass defense, and they saw something that the NFL has not seen. So I think it's easy, Jalen Hurts.
But did they have the weapons? Like I'm genuinely asking.
That's
I
what
think-
I'm.
And I think that's part of the Jalen Hurts equation. The one of actually the best offensive line.
right.
and
AJ Brown,
and
Devontae Smith, Dallas Goddard.
Miles Sanders. Like,
Yeah,
come
and I'm not
on.
going to choke on Miles Sanders too hard, but like
I mean, he's a Pro
it's
Bowler.
just not a. It's, no, was he?
Miles Sanders, I believe so. Yeah.
No way. Was he really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't
So
be
was
too
Jared
surprised.
Goff.
All right.
Yeah,
Chris.
but that was a alternate, right?
But
Alternate. Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
not
Miles Sanders
official.
was not an alternate though.
I guess the main thing that it boils down to me is injuries. I just see Jalen Hurts like he's not going to be.
I mean, Jalen
continuously,
Hurts was
like-
injured for a little bit this year too.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts got injured this
Yeah,
year,
but it's just like
and then he sat his
he's
first
he's able to recover quickly and he's bigger. And I just think over the course of when you get into year 5, year 6, that size is going to
He's got
matter.
speed of recovery.
year. Is
Yeah,
he
I
bigger?
think-
I feel like he's shorter.
Dude,
He
I'm
just
saying
looks
like
thicker.
I'm
Hurts
not
is
saying like I'm not saying
Yeah.
tall. I'm saying like beefy. Like he's able to take
Hell
hits
yeah.
better and make. He's damn good when it comes to his size.
All right, Chris. Do you have were you able to do a hot headline cold, or do you have a hot
Even, it
headline?
doesn't even have to be
No.
NFL.
You don't have no
It can be anything you want.
They
No.
weigh the same.
easy.
Oh, Lamar weighs more. Lamar's
Dude, I'm
230.
saying-
Hey,
look
Lamar
at-
the last
Lamar-
year or so has put
He's built.
muscle
Dude,
on.
he's built.
Like I remember
I
seeing
think-
the before and after stuff.
I think I'm going Lamar. I think he's a better pure talent.
That's
Respect it.
It's
It's
an
not
interesting
like an out of
conversation.
pocket take.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
respected.
yeah.
Both the guys are
It's
elite.
tough. It was a tough one to answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one. The Clippers just sealed their season and their fate by signing Russell Westbrook. They're done.
Wow.
They're
Think
toast.
so?
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were a Russ
They're
guy. I
toast.
thought you were
No.
a Russell Westbrook guy.
Do I think he's the 700th best player in the NBA like Adam says? No. But he also has proven that he can't buy into his role. So if he can't buy into his role, I don't want nothing to do with him. All he's going to do is take shots from Kawhi and Paul George, and I really don't think he's going to do anything in the Clippers. I think the Clippers just sealed their fate. I already was out on them, but signing Russell Westbrook, signed, sealed, delivered, they're not making it past the second
That's
round.
interesting.
I saw a tweet this morning, made me fucking laugh. I sent it to Stick. It said it was a picture of Paul George and Russell Westbrook, and it was like them like flexing like they just signed. It said the rim was about to sound like Afghanistan, and I don't really know. I kind of like the Westbrook move because I think going in there, they're gonna tell him his role, and I think
Yeah, and he's
Chris
gonna
Broussard
listen,
put this
right?
beautifully, and even if he doesn't, who's the ball handler, the guy that's running the show with the ball when it comes to the Clippers? Like,
gonna
Kawhi's
be
not a
Russ.
ball dominant guy. Paul George isn't a ball
Dude,
dominant guy.
look at this.
I don't think it's
LeBron-
going to take them to the finals, but I don't think it's like a terrible move.
It's a terrible move. LeBron was set to break Kareem's record, and all Russell Westbrook had to do was give him the ball. Russell Westbrook had almost as many shots in that game as LeBron.
Yeah,
Russell Westbrook.
'Cause
It
he
doesn't.
doesn't- he's
it
not
doesn't
caught up
matter
in
what
that.
logic is. Russ is gonna do what Russ does. He is
Logic,
gonna-
best white rapper, right?
Hell no.
He's
He's
gonna
mixed.
get
He's
shot.
actually mixed. I don't know if you know that.
I don't
but-
think he likes that.
He's
comment.
mixed.
I know,
He's
I know.
mixed.
I know it's a
Make
joke.
sure.
It's a joke.
He's mixed, dude. He's black and white.
All right, easy. Do you have a hot headline?
Yeah, I didn't know we were doing like national headlines, so I saw a semi-local one, and it was the tweet from Jalen Ramsey. and I know we're talking about that later, so I don't want to do it too much, but
I love it.
he said he wanted to help Detroit make the playoffs, added Jared Goff, added Amon-Ra St. Brown. He tried to make the playoffs for y'all, but we're uncertain about my future, which means, I said on the heavyweight show, the seed's been planted. He's envisioned himself in a Honolulu blue uniform playing for the Detroit Lions, and that's all you can ask for at this point. You know, the cards will let the cards lay as they fall, or whatever the hell they say.
Yeah, and
the cards fall where they may.
There you go.
Spot on. And Michael Parsons had a comment, which, like you said, we're going to talk about that at the end of the show.
That's my cold combo.
That's your cold one?
Yeah.
All right.
Am I too soon?
No,
it's fine.
Spot on. JB?
Wait, are we doing hot or cold?
Hot.
I'll take it back to the weekend. Shouts out to Jason Tatum scoring 55 points in the All-Star game, the most in any All-Star game, and also for winning me some money for MVP.
Let's go. Hey, I also
JB's up now.
I had plus
JB
2,100. 21 is one. Any player in the game just to score 50 points.
Wow.
It was like, I felt like the last 2 years it's happened with AD and Steph. I was like, someone's going to do it again. 21 to 1.
Damn, I should have done that.
Are you guys
crazy.
tripping that was like the point high in of all All-Star games?
It was, yeah.
And that, no, as I'm saying, that's kind of trippy though, right? Or
No, because they used to try.
Yeah.
that's fair.
I wouldn't even be surprised if, like, every year it's like next year we see 60.
Yeah.
Like, I just feel like it's
Yeah.
just going to keep going up. It's going to obviously, like, stop, but, like, you're just going to see 50 points every single year. Like, it's not going to be plus 2,100 next year for 50. It's going to be, like, plus 500.
Honest question. If you had to put a percent on it, what is the percent chance that the NBA
12.2.
is on PEDs? Because these numbers we're seeing are crazy.
Is on PEDs?
Yeah, like PEDs are in the NBA.
Don't
like,
they test
they
for
are.
that?
But they do test for
Like,
it.
I know they test for it, but like these numbers we're seeing, Donovan Mitchell got 71 points with 11 assists in a real game.
I think it's just,
To be honest,
I've
I
said
would
this
say-
time and time
That's
again.
crazy.
The
It is-
NBA is just, it's way more easy to manipulate the game and score
yeah.
Yeah,
than
well,
it was
they-
back
wrong.
then.
They've set it up where it's perfect. Like how big the court is, like just everything they
calls.
have. The calls, like they've set it up for everyone to be able to just offensively be able to have success. I don't think I would say 0% chance in PEDs. And the reason I say that is because if you look back at like baseball players that did it, like these dudes were absolutely yoked on PEDs. And I don't know how that stuff works, but my guess is if you're doing PEDs,
So
like you're like on another, like you would be like that dude's definitely on them. In
You
baseball,
look like me.
yeah, like in baseball, you could tell.
Yeah, hell
Cocaine
yeah.
Bear coming at you.
Like you could tell.
Cocaine
like,
Bear.
who
See that this week.
Barry Bonds was he on?
Yeah,
yeah.
Mark-
Like you could
Mark
tell. like,
McGwire
he's
or-
massive.
Yeah.
Like
Well, so like I watch a lot of MMA, and there's different forms of PEDs. Like there's PEDs that like help your cardio. What did Colby Covington always used to call Kamaru Usman? CEO of EPO. That's what it's called. It's called EPO. It just works your cardio. Like there's different like types of PEDs. It's not all like muscle bound.
is there any for me to drop a couple pounds?
Yeah, it's called
Oh, yeah.
Winstrol.
All right, I need that. Please.
Bad for you. It's all bad for you.
Oh, never mind.
Well, I don't know though. Maybe it's advanced.
Custom health centers.
Yeah.
But we have no ads here, do we?
Nope.
All right, my hot headline. I'm gonna roll with Tiger Woods. The whole situation with that. I saw Gabby come in and talk about that. The tampon
gate.
Yeah.
Oh, Gabby came on the show and talked about it.
She talked about that yesterday with Ryan, I believe. JB, am I correct? Were you on the show then?
Yeah, so that was actually Ryan's idea. He wanted to get a female's perspective on the whole situation just because of the female writer that took the whole weekend to write about this whole situation going on with Tiger Woods and his close friend and how they were sharing a joke together. So
We should put that on
she went and got Gabby, brought her on and asked her, was she offended by what happened? And she said 100% no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I don't think it was like, you know what I mean? Like he came out, he was like, I apologize if anyone I offended, but I don't think it was like a big like.
No.
You just
I said the same
with
thing.
The boys just playing like a joke. Like,
Yeah. Was it backlash? Was it really backlash outside the reporter? Like, was it like?
Well, when the
hope
reporter
not.
made those things, like other people started like hammering onto him.
Well,
like,
yeah, but it's just that's how culture is today. It's just they haven't
cancel culture.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know. I honestly
Sheep.
would have put that as like a cold take because it's not that I don't respect Tiger, but I would have never like apologized for that. Like it was
Yeah,
a
well,
I'm
harmless
with you
joke.
on
If
that.
they
Yeah.
if they can't get over it, if that's like crushing their world, then
That's who Tiger
So
is, though. Tiger's like, I mean, he's such a big name. It's like Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, LeBron.
Yeah.
Like he
But
has to
exactly,
come
that's
out.
my point.
He
Like,
has to
stop
come.
it.
Like LeBron,
He's on a different level.
LeBron
Like this
has
guy's
to
got
come out.
sponsorships and shit to worry about.
He's
like,
way
we
too
don't,
corporate.
Like millions of dollars worth
it
of
wasn't-
sponsorships. Like he's on a different level of like brand.
It wasn't like
You know,
he
see what I'm
like straight
saying?
up apologized. He just said, "Hey, if I offended anyone, I get it."
Yeah.
That was on like he did say I'm sorry, but like he wasn't like I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. Like, blah, blah.
Yeah, you have a
he was
point.
just like, hey,
I'm
if
sorry
I
that you're
offended you-
offended.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry you feel
Yeah.
that way.
Like he was like,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
do it again, but I'm just gonna
Yeah.
make sure you guys don't.
I'm
see
sorry,
it
you
this time.
pussies couldn't handle it. Tampon
Seriously,
was too
though,
big
it's
for
just-
you.
It's just crazy.
Should have
though,
got
like,
one for you.
Yeah, she got one for you pussies got offended by that one.
It's just crazy to me. It's like that's a joke. Like
Yeah.
it's not a, like going at like women or anything like that. It's just like
Yeah.
like obviously he didn't hit it as far as them. Like there's a women's tee box. Like
Yeah.
there's a tee box for old people. You could give someone cream for their joints, saying that they're old after that. Like are old people going to be like, oh, you shouldn't? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's how I look at
Put
it.
her on the golf course passing out cream. Yo, but I don't pay too much attention to that shit because like I think we spoke about this on your podcast actually. Booner was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Mr. Beast did a video where he cured blindness, and there
Yeah.
was literally
Yeah.
backlash about this guy curing like helping people like with the visual. What the like? That's just how this
Exploiting
world
them, you
works
mean?
nowadays. Yeah, so it's like now I don't even like. You just gotta. It has to fall definitely to your ears.
Who'd
and you
they
can tell 'em
test it on?
fuck off.
Stevie Wonder?
Bunch of randos.
Bunch of
I think that's
randos.
why everybody got.
It was
Here
like
comes Chris.
It was like actual. It was like
Yeah,
cataracts or some shit. There you go. You're gonna lose all your audio listeners. I'm telling you right now.
Man, he's making me look. He's like drinking his water down. All right, let's do the cold combos. We'll go through those ones quicker so we can get to all the other
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
So JB brought up All-Star Weekend. I loved seeing Mac McClung being a part of winning the All-Star Weekend. But one thing I did not like about All-Star Weekend was Mr. Karl Malone being there.
I agree.
I don't know if you guys have heard, but
I
Karl
agree.
Malone has some baggage around with him. Buddy, when he was in college, knocked up a 13-year-old. Apparently still got drafted. Apparently snuck through the whole NBA ranks. Buddy must have been Epstein's favorite player or something.
Well, that was like back then when like.
Dude, like he had
Yeah.
a kid
Social
with him.
media.
Like there's proof. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he's on the birth certificate. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then it comes out years later that even before this, the son made it to the NFL.
Yep.
Reached out to Carl, and then Carl was like, "You've made it so far. I'm no use to you as a father. You have to go on your own way." So the fact that that dude was put up on a pedestal.
They honored this man.
Yeah, that's
They
what,
did.
like
It's
disgusting.
How is he walking around as a normal citizen, not in jail, and two being propped up instead of like the actual goats of the dunk contest? Like have Vince Carter on there or something,
Yeah.
not Karl Malone. I get it's in
Yeah.
Utah, but my fuck.
Well, they did. In,
AK-47.
He shouldn't have been there, but they did
AK-47.
the top
Yeah.
3 scores in NBA history, and they wanted to get a picture of all of them, and he's third.
Fuck him.
So they should have just
Fuck
gotten
him.
like Michael Jordan to come.
If they
instead.
took OJ out the books, Malone could go too. Honestly,
Yeah.
It's-
Like
that
honest
shit's
to
gross.
God, I probably have more respect for OJ than I do Karl Malone. I just think that's like I get he killed somebody, but dude, like that's just where I stand. I
This
is a wild.
that was just like.
Make sure you guys check out our show. Believe you later.
I'll stand on that ground.
We're comparing criminals.
Believe me later.
All right, let's move on to the next cold. What is it? Cold combos. I forgot the segment. For
Jesus
a second.
Christ.
Jeez, man. Chris, do you have a cold combo?
Right?
Yeah, murder and rape are both bad.
Yes. Yeah.
From Lucas. Lucas
Per
Kratz.
Lucas.
Per Lucas.
Sources.
Anyways, moving on.
Easy.
I don't know how to recover from that.
I mean, I did not expect that
Honestly,
to come
my
out.
power ranking these guys.
Power ranking.
If I'm power ranking my favorite criminals,
Power ranking my favorite criminals in sports. And Hernandez coming in at 5.
the resume is just stuffed. Stuff the stat sheet.
I'll get over quick because I know we want to move on with the show. But my cold combo is the one Micah Parsons started about Detroit. So who wants to go from LA to Detroit, and it's just such an old bit. And I guess I'd understand like off pure ignorance because he's not within the city or he's not visiting Detroit often. He's never actually been to Detroit outside of possibly if he played in Ann Arbor when he's at Penn State. So like,
Speaking of his Penn State
it's just yeah, and that too.
It is.
Power ranking my piece of shit athletes. Micah Parsons put a dick on a teammate. But Yeah, it's just a dead combo, and like Detroit's on the up and up. Matter of fact, they have like the 5th best odds or 4th best odds to win the NFC next year. Like it's not even the same. It's a tired bit in my opinion.
Yeah.
I agree. JB.
No, sure.
I lost money on. No, I'm just kidding.
No, actually, mine is
When he comes back, what are they going to be 0-5, 0-6? Like they're in such a bad spot for the next year or two. The only thing I want out of the Arizona Cardinals for this next year is I want them to mic up this head coach.
Yeah,
I want him to
just
be
for pure
mic'd up,
entertainment.
not just
yeah.
on the field. I want he should wear a mic anywhere he goes. Like when he's just sitting in his office, I would love to just Like I just want to hear a complete mic'd up. What's his name? Glennon?
Jonathan Gannon.
Jonathan
Rich
Gannon.
Gannon's son.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, he's whose son?
Rich Gannon.
Huh,
The
makes
Raiders.
sense.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but just-
that's my only ask from the Arizona Cardinals. I don't care what happens there. You guys are probably going to suck next year. Just mic up Coach Gannon, and just let us have that at least.
Yeah. And one man, I don't think he'll be on Arizona next year is
Who?
Robbie Anderson, or now known as Chosen Anderson. And yes, Robbie Anderson changed his name. Could not tell you where, when, or why, but apparently he's the chosen one. And I think the only thing he was chosen was to be the 4th-string wide receiver behind Greg Dortch. I don't know why this man thinks he's chosen, but I don't understand it. I think it was an ignorant move.
Do you know who the chosen one is?
I think there's many people who would consider themselves the chosen one, but
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
So you're
LeBron
just gonna
James.
call yourself after LeBron?
Well, no, he's chosen Anderson.
He was okay, yeah, fair. But LeBron James had the
Tattoo?
magazine growing up. It was like the chosen one.
But you're just-
he has
Yeah.
the tattoo. Like
You
You're
should
just
know that,
gonna-
Mr.
This
Ohio.
is,
We
this
changed
is third.
it.
This is his
he's
third
the
name
only
change.
guy to come out of Ohio. You should know this.
No. You can run down a list.
LeBron, Lucas Klotz. That's all we have.
Yeah, what is the Ohio list? Just curious.
You'd have.
It's gonna stop at 5. I'm
Are we
sure.
gonna include all the people born there, or are we just gonna
People you think would claim Ohio?
So you got the Kelsey brothers.
Okay,
Never
then-
knew that.
that's 1, 2.
So
Yep.
then you got, I think Burrow would.
Can we take Burrow off the list here? We've already went over.
Kareem Hunt?
That was a solid story.
This is
NFL.
getting, This is getting tough.
All right, let's name five guys.
there's actually a
LeBron,
couple.
you should have said
Detroit.
LeBron.
Or for
Charles
Michigan.
Woodson? Charles Woodson grew up like a half hour from me.
And he ended up in Michigan.
Yeah, but he was
That's very true.
he was born in Ohio. That was what
That's
we
like the
talked about.
ultimate betrayal of Ohio. It's going to
He
Michigan.
does not claim Ohio.
All right.
There's a lot of
We're good on
Michigan
your
fans.
Ohio list. What we talking chosen?
Kyle
Anderson?
Juszczyk, Russell
The chosen
Wilson,
one.
Kyle Rudolph.
I do want to ask a question about this name change thing.
What?
I want to know kind
Denzel
of
Ward.
like would anyone in here change their ever like? I think
No.
it's kind of. I think
No.
it's. I think more people
No.
should change their name.
No.
Just a nickname. Like,
I would like to change my name to Booner permanently.
but you're already known as Booner.
yeah, but like,
How did
let's
you
make
become
this thing
Booner?
official? Long
Because when he
story.
was little, he
No, we
couldn't say
need
his
the
last
story.
name, so he
So-
said Boona.
So when I was in middle school, we had my little squad, 6th grade.
Okay.
Sixth grade
Girls and
squad.
Jackass 3
Shout
came out.
Okay.
So all the boys, we were like, hey, let's get a crew together. Let's start making videos. We had those little, those little iPod things with the big red button, and you would like film back in the day.
Sure.
We had one of those, and we used to film like we would kick each other in the balls and like do stuff like that. But my nickname was like my last name's
This is
Boonya.
Michigan shit.
So they were like, okay, you're gonna be Booner, like Booner. So I was like, all right, here we go. And then it's just stuck. I went into college and I coached at Saginaw.
Yeah.
And first day, freshman
Coach
year.
Booner.
Yeah, they were Coach Boone. Yeah, they were like, hey, like when you introduce yourself, this is the time you could be like your real name or Booner. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to my real name. I'm gonna be professional. And I got nervous, and they were like, this is Booner, or like they introduced myself. I was like, hi, I'm Booner. And
Yeah.
that was it. Stuck
Stuck.
with me.
Stuck.
Never's gone away.
Easy. Do you remember my high school nickname?
Sus?
I was waiting, bro.
You literally just.
You cannot do that. You
That's why I
have to
gave
cut that
you
out.
alley-oop that one for this.
I
kid.
did.
Like,
I did.
bro, come on.
I did alley-oop that one, but I don't care what he said. Matter of fact, your mic's muted. You're in timeout, buddy. You're in timeout, buddy. Go ahead, Easy, before you were rudely interrupted.
I didn't know you had a nickname in high school. I was always called you
Yo.
by government.
You did it?
Yeah.
It was Crispy, if you don't remember. Yeah, it was Crispy.
Crispy.
I swear that's what
I remember you
that's
told me
what
that'd be like your rap name if you ever decide to rap. Crispy.
Yeah. Forget about that.
I'm the only one that would be like, I'll change.
Hold on, I gotta unmute your mic, sir.
Why'd you
There
mute
you
me?
go. Had to play it safe.
Hey, anytime Lucas does something to him, he just comes at me.
Yeah.
I'm like his safety blanket.
You're like the Chris of this crew.
This is insane.
No.
You're
He's
slowly
a smart
becoming the
man.
Chris of this crew.
Hell no.
Now you go.
No,
on.
It all started with the back.
No way is he that great.
It all see these backhanded.
Hold on.
Here?
Because before we get too far from this, you mean to tell me there's videos that exist of you getting kicked in the balls by your friends?
Yeah, we did like pranks and stuff, like jackass. I don't have the videos. Like I was in 6th, 7th grade.
Yo, these videos got to be somewhere.
Yeah, there's videos of this somewhere.
There's some. Come on,
I'll
bro.
have
You
to
got
reach
these
out to
videos
some old
somewhere.
friends.
You had,
We literally did all the
Booner.
jackass stuff that you would see when
Yeah.
they'd be like, this is done by trained professionals. Do not attempt. We would be like, let's attempt, and we would just go outside and that was
kick
our
each
summer.
other in the balls.
Yeah, that was our
What was the
summer.
most extravagant thing you guys did?
It's traffic.
That's a
Great
wild
word.
one.
One time
That's a fancy way to say stupid.
One time we fucked in the CVS parking lot.
It was crazy, bro.
Robbie Anderson.
It was dark. I didn't know who it was.
Do not.
But we did anyway.
I'm gonna show you guys where they call me Booner.
All right.
It was a lot like Bone, am I right?
What is the craziest thing you guys did?
Probably just hit each other in the balls. But like, there was one where we all lined up.
White people, got it.
I mean, like, when you're a kid,
That is
people
our
used to go
culture.
and sack
That is our
and all
culture.
that stuff.
Yeah. Like that is true.
That was just how it started. It's like, you know how you go up to your boys,
Yeah.
like when you were growing up, like you'd be like, oh, hit him in the nuts.
Sack tap.
We would just
See,
do
that's-
that. And then it just turned into like we watched Jackass and they
Yeah.
did that. We were like, why not do that in Emily City?
I could be speaking from another. Like you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like white people are the only ones that will like that type of shit, like nut tap and like
Yeah,
fart
oh, for
shit.
sure.
And,
Oh, yeah.
Like I feel
For
like
sure. We
that's
had this conversation
that's
last
our
week.
culture.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
like I feel
Braylon
like
asked, why white people always making jokes about dicks?
Yeah.
you
It's part of the culture.
you over
I'm half
there.
white.
Easy.
True,
Okay.
True.
I'm half white.
Plays both sides.
I'm not picking, I swear, but how funny would it be if every video was you guys doing the same shit every time, just kicking each other in
should
the
just
ball?
do that.
You know, like
It's basically
no,
all
it's
of it.
it's
Now I
from
look-
kicking each
now I
other in
look
the
back
ball.
at it, I don't even know if I can have kids.
We should so make like
no
a
clue.
Jackass video of him being like, I'm Booner, and just everybody just taking shots at him, bro.
He's the only one getting hit in every video.
The gloves. Start smoking Booner on the hall.
I'm not signing up for that. Pass that time.
All right.
crazy,
Well,
man.
somehow we went from the Arizona Cardinals to there.
Can I say some of that Arizona Cardinals
Yep.
thing real quick? Because you talked about Kyler Murray being locked into that deal.
Yep.
I looked it up. They can get out of that one. I think it's like 2025 or whatever. They'd save like $12 million cutting them. But beyond that, Kyler Murray's like an offensive piece, correct? Like that's your quarterback.
Yeah. You don't put him on the D line.
Jonathan Gannon's a defensive coordinator.
That's what I'm saying, and they.
A defensive coordinator who
So-
had studs on his defense that probably made him look a lot better than he actually was as a coach. That shit was crazy. I almost want to backtrack the Eric Bieniemy take out the other day. I truly do after seeing this guy fucking talk. Dan Campbell's kind of weird, but he connects with you on an emotional level.
That's
this
the-
guy. There's none of that.
How
That
did
was-
Eric Bieniemy not get the car? Did he like back out? Like,
Well, yeah. Nobody. I would not.
No,
want to go
only
to
one team
Carolina.
interviewed him this year, if I'm not mistaken.
And
I think it was
Cardinals?
Colts.
The thing
Really?
is, the thing is with him going to Washington too is Ron Rivera's not going to be there much longer.
Yeah.
So when Ron Rivera retires, it's just going to be Eric Bieniemy. He's just
Yeah,
probably
but-
learning the
Yeah.
system and waiting
That's
for
fair.
Snyder to get out of there.
Ron Rivera is going to be there just as long as what's his
Reed?
name? And
I don't know. Ron Rivera could get fired next year. I mean,
yeah,
they
dude,
haven't
he
really
didn't
done
know
shit.
they were going to get eliminated from the playoffs this year.
I wonder if he does know, like, they brought him in knowing, like, hey, Ron Rivera's on a very short leash. So,
That's
if
exactly-
we
For sure that's
start-
why he went.
If we start 1
That's the
and
only
4,
thing that makes sense.
If we start 2 and 5,
I'm telling you,
you're
that's,
taking over. And
that's
they probably
exactly
told
what's
him
going to
that.
happen.
Yeah.
Because he's the. I think
Offense
he's but he's also like the assistant head coach.
Yeah.
Associate.
Yeah, like so the minute that dude gets the boot when their offense isn't cranking how they want it to, pause.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? It's like actually kind of wild they even fired their offensive coordinator. Because if I'm not mistaken, he was. I forget who Sonny was.
Commanders?
Yeah, who was their offensive coordinator?
I have no clue. Commander's
God damn it.
offense was pretty
Yeah, I don't
fucking
know.
brutal this year.
Yeah, I mean, the Commanders.
Taylor
I don't-
Heineke did what he could.
Like, what the fuck they have to work with over there? though?
No.
That's what I'm
Nothing.
saying. Like Taylor Heineke was their quarterback.
But I mean, even people. I mean, they have Terry McLaurin. They have like.
They have
Antonio-
they have weapons for sure.
They have guys. They have a defense.
They got the guys.
They just need. I don't
They
know.
just need a point guard. That'd be a good place for Derek Carr to go for real. I didn't even think about
You
that
know what?
before.
I probably should say this for heavy. Well, this ain't coming out to the weekend anyway. But
Yep.
I was looking at like teams that could possibly trade the Detroit Lions at 6, like QB needy teams.
Yeah.
I feel like the Commanders got to make a move, especially if I'm Ron Rivera. I know my job's like possibly on the line.
do. 'Cause they
They
benched Taylor
came out
Heineke.
and they said that they like Sam Howell and they're going to start with him next year.
Really?
And
I forgot
he
they had
he
him.
looked nice at the end of the year. So Sam Howell's going to be starting for them. So I mean, like I agree with you. It wouldn't be
Scott
dumb for them.
Turner
I don't think
was the other
Sam
guy.
Howell's the guy for him, but they could. I would think it'd be more likely for like
Would they draft another
Tampa
guy?
to move up. Yeah, I mean they should. Their defense is nice. They have all the offensive pieces you could want.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe
Yeah.
take a lineman,
I-
but at the
I
same
actually-
time, that's not.
One of my first thoughts was a Derek. Like, I mean, we've seen Derek Carr like in rumors to go everywhere, but Derek Carr to the Commanders. That's like
That makes
another
sense.
landing spot for him.
Chris,
I
do you
can't
have
see it, but it
anybody you
makes
like
sense.
going to the Commanders? You had a lot of sleight of hands last time.
Nobody for the Durs.
I'm still surprised that you haven't heard any rumors of Derek Carr to Tampa.
I just don't think the cap situation works
Yeah,
well.
them and the Saints. I mean, I get the Saints. I called and asked, but they're both literally at $58 million negative.
So what are they going to roll with Kyle Trask next year? Tampa? Like that's
They're
crazy.
going to have to draft somebody. That's who I wanted the Lions to trade back for because I think Tampa's like 15, something like that.
16, 15,
16,
yeah, they're right
somewhere
there,
in
that
there. So we
range.
can still get a DB, and we can just load up like. Can even use that trade back and then trade right back up. You know what I mean? Like trade back with Tampa.
It'd
Once
be
Tampa picks,
interesting.
roof right back up. We have 2 picks right there.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Tampa does because they have they have a roster. Like they just
Yeah,
won a
they
Super
just-
Bowl a year ago or 2
Yeah,
years
it's
ago.
decaying though. They're old. They got like Ronald Jones, or not Ronald Jones, fucking Rashad White.
Rashad White's good.
Yeah,
I mean, Mike Evans
That's about
still
it.
good.
but yeah,
You know, so all right, I guess we're talking about quarterbacks. We can kind of just go right into here the Green Bay Packers.
I'm definitely So the Green Bay Packers, if you haven't seen it already, they announced that they are disgusted with Aaron Rodgers and they officially are done with him. So as Lions fans, we can welcome the rest of the NFL community to it. I just think it's flat out Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's going to come back and play football. If he does, I think it would be in Vegas. But I think even them, for the cap that they want, they can go up and get a quarterback if they need to. I don't think there's a situation where he's really well desired because even in New York, day by day, you're seeing that he's not really doesn't look like he's going to go there, and I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be very picky where he wants to go. So if there's not somewhere where he wants to play, and if New York doesn't want him, if Vegas doesn't want him, I don't really think there's a team that he'd want to play for.
It's crazy. I think Vegas is like the perfect spot because he's played with Devontae Adams, but
Just get ran through by Patty Mahomes.
But the Packers have to trade him, and they've said
Nice.
they refuse to trade him.
In the NFC.
Yeah, which is crazy.
He said a realization.
I'm just thinking because I want him to like the Jets. Like it's just weird. Like I weirdly think if he goes to the Jets, they're just going to be the Jets and not be great.
I don't think he's going. I think if he went to the Jets, they'd be really good. I don't think he's going to the Jets though.
I just weirdly think like Derek Carr going to the Jets would be better for them than Aaron Rodgers.
They're getting excited about Ryan Tannehill, dude. They just want a quarterback.
I
They
agree.
just want a quarterback.
Am I not, am I
just
not
want a
wrong on that,
quarterback.
though?
What?
Like I think Derek Carr is better for the Jets than Aaron Rodgers.
I
Like,
agree.
I think Derek Carr would be 10 times. Like you don't have to worry about Aaron Rodgers going to a darkness retreat for 4 days. Like you don't have to worry about all of this.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like there's baggage to Aaron Rodgers. The only baggage to Derek Carr is that he's a great leader and he's cheaper.
Yeah,
Like that's
and
he's
New-
going to lead just like Aaron Rodgers.
And New York is going to absolutely eat up Aaron Rodgers. Like if Aaron Rodgers goes to New York media and talks like he does on like Pat McAfee show about just the conspiracy theories, because I don't think he really cares who he's talking to. He's going to say it regardless. So if he does that in New York, which is a very liberal city, he's not going to mesh well there. And I think that's just going to create chaos with the owner. Derek Carr can at least keep his mouth shut. If he has a topic that New York's not going to like, he knows his role. I don't think Aaron does as much.
Yeah, I guess like I always kind of question that narrative of like the New York media because now the media is just like everywhere, you know.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, which is like the smallest of markets,
No owner.
has
He
been
never
a.
had to answer to owner.
That's fair too. Never had an answer to owner. That's a great point. But he's always been like a topic of headlines. He's always been a headline topic. So I don't know like the New York narrative like media thing is like a narrative to buy into. Maybe they ask tougher questions. You know what I'm saying? I mean I don't know. He's always been criticized and been like the number one headline. Let me look at us now. You know what I'm saying? But granted he is in the NFC North and it pertains to us as Lions fans. But are we asking like where we think the Jets are gonna do or I'm sorry, what's the I'm so lost. I apologize.
No, you're good. We were
Believe me
just
later.
talking, like, kind of just like Aaron Rodgers and the Packers,
Yeah.
kind of in the NFC North, like the situation there, like Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Now him being kind of that next guy up.
If I'm the Packers, I'm ready to move on. Like the whole him not showing up to training camp last year, like you don't fucking want to
If
win.
he does that every year, like if this is a thing every year, like
Yeah.
dude, let's just move on and let's just move forward.
Like you're seeing these chemistry issues play out throughout the season.
Yep.
Well, you weren't there in the offseason to avoid this situation. Had you been, this isn't like a struggle you're dealing with on top of like your broken thumb and shit like that. Like I can't
100%.
take you serious. Now, if he goes elsewhere and if truly feels he's contending, he's got to be there for the offseason, right?
let's just
But he's a head case. He's
Be
become a
honest,
head
though, Aaron
case.
Rodgers doesn't care about winning a Super Bowl though.
No.
Like he would have
Yeah.
taken less money to keep
He already
Devontae
got it.
Adams if he did. Like
sure.
Tom Brady's done that. Like we talk about the 12% rule. Tom Brady did that his whole career. Every
Yeah.
single year he just kept redoing his contract so that cap hit was lower and lower. Like
Yep.
it just stayed at that spot. Like Tom Brady, like if you go look at his contract and we talk about it with Neil and everything, he's made a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
But like he's made it to where every year when they need to compete, like he knows like let's
Yeah.
take a less cap hit.
He's always
Aaron Rodgers
restructured.
was like, I'm going to give them a $50 million cap hit. I do not care.
Yeah, you're 100% right. He's forced trades for Randall Cobb, but he's probably going to cut. You could have grabbed him up
Yeah,
at the
dude, like,
free
that's
market
just more
anyway. Like,
money.
yeah. No, he's definitely. And, like, have you guys ever done psychedelics or shrooms at all?
Yeah. Good amount of time.
I've done
does-
Fun Dip.
What the fuck is that?
You know, the candy Fun Dip.
Jesus Christ, Booner. This is why you're the one that kicked in the nuts. No, I'm playing. No, but it does separate like the shit
Makes
you
you
care
think.
about. You know, the fun dip,
Makes you
the fun dip would do that to you. No, shrooms.
Hey, that's my guy.
Shrooms do make you like questions like what's important
out,
to you.
Chris.
Maybe football's just not that for Aaron Rodgers. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think it is.
Yeah, and the whole like darkness retreat, like how you were saying, like he's just getting to that point where it's like almost midlife crisis-y, where he's just like going on things of instinct just because he's won his Super Bowl, he's got millions
Yeah.
of dollars, get whatever girl he wants probably. He just wants to do what Aaron wants to do, and
Yeah, he's
he
probably
doesn't
gonna
really
retire.
see.
He will not retire.
Why?
He's got an ego.
I think if he retired,
got,
he would
like,
like
the-
chill out for like 2
But I
years.
don't know, those mushrooms would break that ego down though.
No, dude, he's been doing these for
ain't
10
fun,
years.
Dude, but sometimes
This
like,
man comes out like I want to win a fifth. I want to win a sixth MVP. I don't care about a
like
Super Bowl.
you ever meet somebody that like tripped and then after that they thought they knew everything about the world because they tripped
Yeah,
super hard.
that's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how. And then I
Yeah.
think he's just feeding that shit more. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
maybe.
Like
You- you
doing-
make
he's
changes every different
in
time,
this-
though.
In the darkness retreat, he's probably got a veil of himself and like this is why I'm doing it. And he's just looking at himself, candles lit,
Yeah.
tabs right next to him, ayahuasca there, DMT through the air,
Can I ask you this? What do you guys think the trade value is of Aaron Rodgers? Like, granted all those things.
sky high.
No,
So you still
I
think so?
I would
I think
at
the
least two
baggage and then
first.
the contract. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's like I mean, I
But
don't want to
plus,
say.
like, you don't even know if he's like, he could just retire next year.
Yeah,
You know?
that's the thing too. And I don't want to say it's like Kyler Murray because obviously Aaron Rodgers is an MVP and but like Kyler Murray, he has the baggage with the money. He has the Call of Duty baggage. It's like you can really say the same thing about Aaron Rodgers. Like what you'll get at like
Rodgers
the
is
Jets.
worse, in my
You're
opinion.
not guaranteed.
No
Like
way.
he's lost in the NFC Championship how many times? You're not guaranteed to go win a Super Bowl, and
Every
you're in the
year.
AFC for the Jets. Like the trade value is like.
I think you're guaranteed to get in the playoffs though. If you
Yeah.
put, if you're,
Are you, though?
If you're a team that's
Yeah.
trading for Aaron Rodgers, you have capital to trade for him. So you're
I
coming.
don't-
I don't think a team that's like Houston's not going to trade for Aaron Rodgers.
And his salary gets split, like, because if he does, let's be honest, he's talking about retiring, right?
Yeah,
Like he's
so-
on the edge of like just leaving. If when you make that trade for him, it's his cap hit's already discounted because the Packers are paying the dead cap for it. You know what I'm saying? So I think I could be mistaken. I'll look up and over the cap right now, but I think it was like $15 million.
Did you know what I was thinking about when I was driving in today? What if the Giants they didn't sign Daniel Jones and they got Aaron Rodgers? So he would still be in New York, but it wouldn't be. I feel like the Jets are kind of like a. I don't know. I think of New York and I think of the Jets first. I don't know why they're not as good, but that's just what I think of. And so he wouldn't be in like the main New York.
It's the
brand.
Knicks Nets thing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like kind of like. You can go with which one ever, but I think right now in media the Jets are way bigger.
Yeah.
So he would go to the smaller market, quote unquote, and they still are kind of in the same situation, just minus a wide receiver, because they probably are going to bring back Saquon. They have a great defense. They just need an offensive piece, and I think we saw what they did with Dable this year and Daniel Jones. I think if you plug Aaron Rodgers in there and now you let that offense get vertical, they have a decent O-line.
The only issue with that one is that the Packers straight up, so they're not trading him to the NFC.
It's true. You've got me there, Governor.
It's an interesting situation. To me.
The one I was thinking is the Raiders.
Raiders?
I think
I don't think that's good for Aaron, though. That's my thing. Is like if I'm Aaron, like, yeah, you're getting Devontae, but you're getting Josh fucking McDaniels.
And you're in the AFC
You
West.
have Patrick Mahomes, and you have Russell Wilson, who now has Sean Payton, so they're going to have a good defense because that defense is already loaded. And then,
Yeah.
I mean, Justin Herbert, if he gets a season going, it can just upset Aaron Rodgers, one of his last few years, if Justin Herbert decides to get it together as far as...
He could be. I mean, he's MVP caliber.
But
Like, you have
Raiders got a
guys-
squad though. I mean, not Josh Jacobs anymore, but they got a nice squad.
I like the Raiders. It's just
Defensively too.
They do. Yeah.
Chandler Jones, fucking
I do
Max
think-
Crosby.
so mid, though.
Josh McDaniels is like to me is the reason they didn't win this year.
Yeah, Josh McDaniels is a shit coach.
I can't believe they moved on from Derek Carr and not him.
Yeah, I
Jarrett
do feel
Stidham,
bad for
dude.
Derek. I don't think Derek Carr's like elite or really, really good or anything like that. I think he's good, but I think he did get dicked in that deal. When they had Jack Del Rio, he was doing just fine.
I
Yeah.
never
That made the
understood why they
playoffs.
did
He
that.
got hurt. Connor Cook had to start. And there's like, yeah, we're just going to go all in on Gruden, who fucking only won because he inherited Tony Dungy's team, basically.
Oh, this is clean
Wild to me.
Shout out JB.
Oh, what up?
Yeah,
JB
he's
doing his
yeah,
thing
I
in
was about to
there.
say, I know
Doing his thing.
Shout out.
I don't think he can see me
try,
through
dude.
the sign.
the
but
try,
Yeah,
I
I
was
can't
giving
see you with this
Yeah,
big
I
old
was
sign
giving
right
you
here.
some.
but
I was
yeah.
giving you some looks. You killing in there.
I appreciate
giving you
it.
some-
Yeah,
What kind of looks you giving him?
Man, all right, let's kind of do this next because me and Lucas both did a mock draft today,
Okay.
and we shot it over to JB. So since Easy, you're here,
Okay.
I want you to be able to kind of grade our mock drafts, pick
Yeah,
them
I
apart
mean,
a little bit.
I'm
and-
sure you made your own too, so you can kind of compare them to what you had going on.
So we'll pull up either one, JB, and we'll see who this is. Okay,
Saying, yeah,
I think this is mine.
This is definitely yours.
This is mine. So here, let me pull it up here on my thing so I can see it a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm gonna move this TV so I can look at it a little bit better too. Actually,
Can you see it easy? I can send it to you.
I see Christian Gonzalez.
It is in the heavyweights thing too.
It's in the heavyweight slack?
Yeah.
Is yours? Okay, I'll pull it up on there.
So if you want to pull that up.
All right, break it down for us though.
So basically, kind of every single mock draft I've done, what I've found for Detroit, unless like a Jalen Carter somehow falls or like a Bryce Young falls to 6, which is probably very unlikely to happen, I think the Detroit Lions need to move back, kind of trade that number 6 pick and move back to the 8 to 12 range. And that's kind of where I've gone with each one of my drafts is I've traded back. So in this one, I traded the 6th pick for the 12th and the 33rd in round 2.
Okay.
And I mean, if you're still sitting from 10 to 12, you have one of those corners that are available, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and Christian Gonzalez was available. I thought that was I love Christian Gonzalez. I don't think you can go wrong getting him. At 18, Miles Murphy drops. I think that's a solid pick. It's kind of surprising he's dropping now. And then there to start round 2. In round 2, I have 3 picks now in round 2. I think getting a guard to kind of the Vitae situation, like we don't know what's going to happen, right? So
Yeah.
if you get a guard, especially Osiris, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but
Torrance.
yeah, I mean he's probably one of the best guards in the whole draft. So I like that. Another edge there, I think, just kind of bolstering up that defensive line. Trenton Simpson. This is it's kind of surprising. Me and Lucas were talking about it in the back that he drops this far. He's probably the best linebacker in the draft.
Or Drew Sanders.
Yeah.
You know?
There's no way he drops to 55.
So for him to be at 55, it's like every single mock draft I've done, he's been at 55.
There's no way in hell this kid drops to 55.
That's what I was saying. That's what I.
Every single mock draft. I don't know how messed up PFF is, but it just seems like every single one. Kelly Ringo dropped down to 80 round 3. I don't know if is it Kelly or Keely?
Keely. I'd say Kelly. Whatever.
It's Kelly.
Kelly. Okay, so Kelly Ringo dropped to round 3.
How the fuck? How did this many guys drop?
Bro, I'm telling you, there's been
Even
things
Torrance.
going-
Torrance being talked about as the first. I mean, I guess you're early in the second round to grab him, but
Well, that was the trade I made. I made that trade to
Yeah.
get back to 33 to take him.
no, for sure.
So, and then obviously a quarterback, Deuce Vaughn there in round 5. I think he's pretty solid. And
Damn, they give you A+ for that Jake Hainer guy, huh?
yeah, well, he's projected to go in like round 4 on PFF.
Yeah,
So
Booner. I mean, as much as like this is like, I don't think any of this shit would happen. This is A+. You can't. If you're grabbing Trenton Simpson with pick 55,
That's what I said.
that is insane.
Let's go.
There's
I-
no
I-
way in hell that happens.
I do think there's situations though, and I don't know. I was telling Lucas like with PFF, I don't know how they do it, but like a week
PFF
ago.
is on coke
You could change
all
the sliders, right, to like their rankings
Yeah,
and shit.
even when I
think
did
you gotta
that,
fuck with that.
I did that. It was still like that's when we pull up mine. It's still.
I do
exact
think,
thing.
and
hate
you know
that.
it through draft weeks and things like that, things change really quick, especially with
That's fair.
combine. I do think PFF stays up to date when if they feel like a guy's dropping, they'll I could do this today, and then tomorrow I can go back in and Kelly Ringo started to move back up boards.
Yeah.
and then he definitely won't be available in round 3. So I think it's just the day or
Yeah, and by the way, for them to give you a B plus, like grabbing Trent Simpson at 55 is fucking insane to me.
Yeah.
That's
A+.
wow. He is the number 1 ranked linebacker on
Yeah.
as of now. Everyone's big
Yeah.
board.
And I want to throw it out there too. I did have a 7th round pick, and I was going to take Jake Moody. Just want to throw that out there.
There you
Shout
go.
out Jake.
That's
Moody.
an A plus pick too.
So that's
Yeah,
mine.
There's no beats with this draft. This is insane.
Yeah, I sent it to Adam and Jeff too, so they're gonna I think look at it in the morning show too. So
JB, did you
I
see
might
I
get an A+
sent
there.
you mine
No, where'd you send it to?
on Slack?
You sent it to me
Yep.
just now.
No, I sent it earlier. But either way, if we don't even have to pull it up because I'm looking at it right now. But so I kind of went the same thing. I'd instead of Gonzalez, I had Witherspoon going at pick 6, just because I like Gonzalez. I would take Gonzalez if he's sitting there at 18. But if we're going, I think corner's biggest need. Devon Witherspoon's clearly the best fit scheme-wise, so I took him. They also had Miles Murphy at 18, which I don't think is going to happen, but if he's there at 18, sweep him up. I'm not a defense guy, but if we can get those two guys, I agree. And then again, like you at 55, I took Trent Simpson at 48, so double up on the Clemson defenders. Then at 55, I had Ika out of Baylor, the big D tackle that Spence likes. So then we have going in the 3rd, Jordan Battle, safety out of Alabama.
Wow.
Right
Love
now,
that.
in the
Love
5th
that.
round, my favorite pick, Charlie Jones, the wide receiver out of Purdue. And I don't know if you guys might not know who he is, but Charlie Jones, I can swear to you up and down, is the next Cooper Kupp.
he was the best I think receiver in the Big Ten or he was right up there.
Led the nation in receiving or in reception with 110, was second in the nation with 1,361 yards, and he had 12 touchdowns. And he was doing this at Purdue, so he didn't have a 5-star quarterback. And I went to the Purdue
What's his
in Nebraska. He's 6 foot 188. He's
legit.
I
Legit.
went and watched. I had no clue who he was. I went to the Purdue and Nebraska game, and I was just like, wow, this guy reminds me a lot of Cooper Kupp. And if you go and watch the film, he is, I think, exactly what the Detroit Lions could use as a 3rd threat, because he's like that. I know we have Amon in the slot.
I
but
say
he
Amon's
brings
kind of
that-
like a Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, but it's just he brings like this. I don't know. He's almost like a souped-up Tom Kennedy. But he would
weird,
be
like
a great
Khalif
3rd
Raymond.
option because he's still big enough to play on the outside, and he's a great route runner.
So does he take like a Khalif Raymond spot at that point?
No, because
I
Khalif
think-
Raymond's a speedy guy.
You can, but that's what I think. He will. I think he has the ability to start just because of the skill, and if not, he's going to push his way up the depth chart, which is what you need. In the 5th round, that's a steal. The production that he had at Purdue with Aiden O'Connell, I think, was the quarterback.
I do agree. Aiden O'Connell.
Aiden O'Connell was
he's
yeah.
legit. Like
But
he's not a scrub.
I was gonna say what you said.
But he's
was
not
Purdue on
C.J.
quarterback.
Stroud. Like he's not.
But I mean, if you even look at that,
He's
Aiden
supposed to
O'Connell's
be.
good. I mean, he comes to the NFL. He's going to be playing with Jared. He's going to play with league quarterbacks. It's not like he's going to be playing with scrubs.
Yeah.
No,
So-
but what I'm saying is he put up better numbers than Marvin Harrison, and he's playing with Aiden O'Connell, and they're both playing in the Big Ten. That's something you got to look at.
Marvin Harrison.
And you know I
point.
love Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you'd take him number 1 overall.
I would.
It's crazy. Like versus Michigan, I do agree with you because versus Michigan, he had 13 receptions, 162 yards. He was cutting us up, and you know how our DBs were. We had a good secondary, and we struggled like to start the Michigan game in the Big Ten championship. It was like this guy's cutting us up. I was a little worried, but obviously we turned things around. I do like that though.
Yeah. So then that was my 5th round, and then my 6th round pick, I had DTR, quarterback out of UCLA, Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Nice.
I think in round 6 that'd be an absolute steal.
I think he goes undrafted.
If he did, that would surprise me.
I don't
just
think he go
because
undrafted.
I don't know
Someone's
how he
taking a flyer on
would.
him.
Every single mock draft I've done though, like he's just like he's projected to go so late.
He looks small.
to where there's a potential where he does go undrafted. That's why I say that. It's like I would not be surprised if I mean last year look at the quarterbacks. Like they just kept dropping, and there was a handful of quarterbacks that we all thought were going to get drafted, and they just like we were like,
They
what
get
happened?
touched.
Yeah, it was just like
I could see
these
it,
guys.
but
Just
Yeah.
I just think he is way
Yeah,
too
I guess. Yeah, I don't see that. I can see it.
I could see it, but I just think he's way too promising of a build, like prospect-wise, for today's NFL. Like he's a good point guard. If you put him in like an Eagles situation and you let him sit for a couple years and it turns out well, that's a steal. And then finally in round 6, I had Mohamed Ibrahim of Minnesota. He got banged up last 2 years, but when he was healthy, he was dominant in college football. And again, you're taking guys in the 6th round. You're banking on if they can be at their best form, and if he does, that's another steal. Because if you throw him, he's a big back. He has a lot of speed. And I think he could just bring a bell cow mentality to this backfield if it all pans out well. I don't really think you can go wrong taking a running back in the 6th round. We saw what happened with Pacheco this year with the Chiefs in the 7th.
And just one more time, here it is for you guys. I got it.
Oh.
There we go.
Got a B.
Shout
You
out.
got a nice little F there for Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Yeah, and dude, Charlie.
That's what I'm saying.
Charlie Jones.
I think the reason they give you an F there is I do think that he's right now kind of projected. Like if you look at his projected on the big board, 315, and you got him at 183. I do think he does fall a lot. I think that might be a guy you can get undrafted, free agent for sure.
I'm not like I won't be totally against it. I wanted to put Clayton Tune in there.
Yeah,
but he already got
he's going in
taken.
the 5th. Yeah, that's a good one.
I can't even give you C- for Ibrahim. I like Ibrahim a lot.
Same. I do really like him.
That's a weird grade for that one.
He was good.
I mean, A+. I'm not. I don't see the fit when it comes to Charlie Jones. I don't think it hurts to have a guy though, and I don't think you're risking much with a 5th round pick either.
That's
you know
what I'm saying. Just the production that he put up.
Yeah,
and just watching him in person, it's just. I think that's a guy that if you're like letting slide, you're like, why the fuck is he cutting us up? Why didn't we take him? You know what I mean? Like it's just like one of those things that eats at you.
It's just like the wide receiver like that. Like that's what 5th or 6th round you picked him at.
Yeah,
that's like Brad Holmes going and getting.
Is Aiden coming out this draft? O'Connell?
Yeah.
But I don't think he'll.
Dude, no.
There's
nothing special about Aiden O'Connell.
He might not even be on the draft.
I don't hate him, but
you know one thing too. I was thinking, and I was talking to Spencer in the back. Almost every mock draft that I've seen, kind of on the morning show and everything, a lot of people are starting to take 2 corners.
I don't see
cool
the
with
logic in that.
I'm
not saying it's dumb.
I think it's a good idea though.
I'm fine with it.
Realistically, like you need a guy, right? Mm-hmm. You need a guy. If you take 2 guys, I'm not saying they're both going to hit or they're both going to miss, but you have an opportunity to at least hit on one of those and get a starting corner.
Yeah, the situation is, I mean, you need a guy now, and you're going to need a guy next year because
You're saying
I could be 100% wrong. Huh?
You're saying going back-to-back corner? Like
no, like in my
I mean, even if they did that, I still would be. I mean, you look at the history of Brad Holmes' draft classes. He ain't scared to go back-to-back. He's like Drake. He's fucking back-to-back. Aiden Hutchinson, then Josh Pascal last year. The year before that, back-to-back with Anzarike and then McNeil. He don't give a shit. He goes back-to-back if we need it.
Is that a world tour or your girls tour?
You grab your starter for the outside this year in that 1st round. And then, like, I don't know that Okuda's coming. I don't think Okuda's coming back.
Yeah,
we're definitely not picking him out on that 5th-year option because then you're paying him $10 million to be a B-level, C-level cornerback. That's not going to happen. I think he just wants a fresh start in general because his start here in Detroit was pretty fucking muddy. And then you're going to need another guy the following year. More so if that second corner is like a Manuel Forbes or something like that. It's like where I'm thinking like do it up for sure.
If Ringo drops, like I got him in round 3 at 81.
Yeah, it's insane.
If he does drop though to round 2, round 3, and you have like if they do trade back and you have a third, second round pick and he's sitting there, take him. Imagine Ringo and like a Gonzalez or a Witherspoon. Like that's elite.
It doesn't make sense to me. I go back.
Jacobs to nickel.
And you're paying these guys on a rookie deal. Like, look at the Eagles now. They have all of these DBs that they're having to pay contracts.
What did that amount to in the Super Bowl though? Like
they went to the Super Bowl.
I know, but I'm saying like when it comes down to it, like if they would have had a pass rush, a front 7, that would have helped out a lot more. And I go back to 2 years ago against the Eagles and last year against the Panthers. Yeah, we can stop the pass all at once, but come playoff time, teams are going to be running down your throat. And if we don't address that in the first
instead of taking
round,
the wide receiver with that 5th, 6th pick, just go get another corner.
You look at the Lions' run defense outside of the Panthers, it was pretty stout this year.
But there's still going to be that game where we are going to get gutted if we don't add talent there, especially young. So if we bring in a vet, okay, now he's gone in 2 years. Or we can draft a guy in like Trent Simpson or Drew Sanders I think that's more logical if there's a chance that they get drafted than going corner when you can address corner, which you just took, and now you get linebacker. I don't think going back to back.
It depends on like the level of corner like you're looking at for the second one. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's the thing. Like at 18, I hope we take Witherspoon.
Like the secondary is 100% the weakness of this defense. Like more
that's
than
what I'm saying.
any
What's
other.
The thinnest part of your defense right now? The line is fine. You still have Rodrigo at linebacker. You have Anzalone. You probably can bring in a veteran if you need to, or you can draft a guy like Trenton Simpson if he's available. But if you have 3 second rounders and you trade back a little bit, you have another pick to be like, like you're boosting that defense even more. Like 2 corners, and you could probably still get a linebacker, and you can get like a Miles Murphy.
And I'm saying I don't care if we
crazy.
take 2 corners, but I don't think we should take 2 corners in the first round if we have Kirby Joseph, Tracy Walker, and if we bring back Deshaun Elliott.
Those are safeties.
That's what I'm saying. So we have help in the secondary. What true talent have we added in the linebacker room? Derek Barnes, Alex Anzalone. I like Malcolm Rodriguez, but when we need it and we don't have that interior, like we're not going to get Jalen Carter. So now we're
talking about first round going corner.
Yeah, no, I think he's got to. We're not talking about first round.
Yeah,
corner. I'm talking about like in my mock draft, I have 12th overall pick Christian Gonzalez, and then all the way down at 81 another corner.
I thought you were saying that it wouldn't be dumb to do like corner.
It's just basically looking at like Brad Holmes getting a secondary corner. Like later in the we've seen him find success with like Kirby Joseph, Rodrigo. For him to go do that again with another, like there's a ton of corners in this draft. Yeah. I think it would be stupid not if there's a guy in round 3, round 4 available. It would be stupid not to be like
even the second, man. Yeah, there's a shit ton of corners.
Yeah, like
I don't know beef with it. I mean, even if they did in the first. I mean, I don't see it as a reality. I wouldn't be pissed off. Probably a little bit more surprised, but no, I wouldn't be pissed off at all.
Red Wings 3-1.
Wow.
Let's go.
Alrighty. Are we gonna hit on the sit cut?
Final. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just end on that.
Yeah.
Because we could talk about the Jalen Ramsey stuff a little bit at the end if we want. I don't know how long we've been going for. I don't know.
We kind of already talked.
We're going for like an hour 15.
Oh, okay. That's kind of what I expected though. Like just over an hour.
Yeah.
An hour 30, kind of what I was thinking. All right, start, sit, cut. This is where me and Lucas have gotten into some arguments about.
It's gonna happen
with the running back stuff. So
this one's even harder.
First one, we're
doing wide receivers this time.
Wide receivers, we have three different sets of wide receivers. The first one we're going to start with, I won't go first. I'll throw it to you, Lucas. But we're going to start with Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and Devontae Adams.
And we're doing this heading into 2023, correct?
Yeah.
So heading into next season. Okay. So right now, I still am not able to take the crown off Devontae Adams' head, especially after he led the NFL in touchdowns last year. And as we just touched on, you had Josh McDaniels and you had Jared Stidham for the second half of the season. And especially in a division where you have that Denver defense. And you can say what you want about Kansas City. They have a solid defense. Los Angeles Chargers, the strength of their defense is the secondary. So it's not like he has a breeze schedule with the secondary. I'm not ready to take him off of number 1 yet until I see some dramatic drop-off, because coming into this season, I considered him number 1. And when you lead the NFL in receiving touchdowns and you have that going against you, I'm not ready to take the crown yet. I can understand why. But if, let's say, Aaron Rodgers goes to Vegas, which I don't think will happen, but if it does, and we could easily see Devontae Adams go for 20 touchdowns again, and we wouldn't be like, oh, well, what would happen? We'd be like, okay, it's Devontae Adams. 2, I have Jamar Chase. And this is going into 2023. I think when healthy and fully, going, he's way more polished than Jamar Chase than Justin Jefferson. I think if Justin Jefferson had a T. Higgins in his offense, we'd see his numbers go way down. And if we saw an offensive mastermind like Kevin O'Connell in Cincinnati, we would see Jamar Chase's numbers go slightly up. Again, it's not taking away from Justin Jefferson. I think Justin Jefferson is a great wide receiver, but we saw what Kevin O'Connell did with Cooper Kupp, and I think he's just plugging and playing Cooper Kupp with Justin Jefferson, who are both very good wide receivers, but I think he's also a byproduct of his system.
You're a lunatic, bro.
If you think so, that's fine.
Easy. That is wild.
But do you think? Can you agree
that is wild?
You were mad disrespectful of Justin Jefferson. Sure.
I mean, this man just won Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, you were
okay, but it's not like he had the best receiving season in NFL history.
It's not like he did?
No.
Like he was like how many yards away from breaking
Justin Jefferson was literally like about to break
but he didn't.
So he was like 50
I think he was like 12 yards off.
Cooper Kupp season before, we agree. We could all say that Cooper Kupp had the best season 2 years ago when they won the Super Bowl, right? Is Cooper Kupp considered the number 1 wide receiver right now?
Justin Jefferson is.
And so who's his coach? Kevin O'Connell, who is Cooper Kupp's coach. Justin Jefferson is very good, but if you
I'm pretty sure then you'll be like, oh, T. Higgins is holding back Jamar Chase. You have to take that into account too if you're going to take all these other things into account.
T. Higgins in Minnesota.
Like,
do you think Justin Jefferson's numbers are going to go down? Yeah.
Yeah. So Jamar Chase isn't going to have a great year because he has T. Higgins. So you have to put him down.
I'm looking at.
You have to take all of it into account.
I'm not looking at their numbers. I'm looking at their skill set. Devontae Adams.
But we're talking about who's going to have the best year in 2023, not skill sets.
I'm talking about skill set.
It's start, sit, cut.
Who?
We're not talking about skill set. We're talking about the season we're going to have in 2023.
Okay, so if we're going to go season, I'm going to go Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams.
Done.
Whoa, dude.
But that's still like, okay. Like,
You know
if
what I'm saying,
Devontae
though?
Adams had Joe Burrow, that's disrespect to Devontae Adams, who,
But
if you're
we
going to
could
use
go
your
all
King
day-
Henry
We
argument.
could go all day on if he had this, if he was playing
No,
this defense.
because
if he
you
was
really
doing
don't.
this.
Because if you slim it down to the raw player, you line up Justin Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Jamar Chase. You go, okay, what is
Justin
he?
Jefferson, number one.
Justin Jefferson
It's
might
not
be
like
going number one.
it's not a bad pick, but if you're gonna say I'm disrespecting
right.
him, it's not
Time
disrespectful.
out.
I'm breaking down each player, how they perform, and why they
What
perform
are
the
we
way they
doing
do.
start, sit, cut? Are we doing it just based on how skilled they are?
That's what I was
Or
looking
are
at.
we doing
as.
it just like you said at the beginning? What are they going to be in 2023?
like when I'm
This
looking
sounds
at
like
it?
a pre-show meeting.
but like, no.
I'm looking at it
when
like
we're
if I'm
preparing
a
for the-
GM.
Am I wrong?
This is how I'm
What?
looking at it. If I'm a
He
GM,
said 2023 season. How are they going to do? Start, sit, cut.
I'm saying who are you taking heading into 2023? So this is what I'm thinking. If I'm a GM and those 3 wide receivers are sitting in front of me and I can build my team however I want, which one of those wide receivers do I want on my team? And right now in 2023, Devontae Adams has not dropped off. I get Justin Jefferson did great, but we can't just expect him to fucking do 1,800 yards again. So if you have Devontae Adams, who is
Say it one more time. Devontae Adams, he's older, right? But he hasn't dropped off yet, correct?
correct. And
What
I
was
don't
your
think
argument with? What was your argument with Derrick Henry? He hasn't dropped off yet.
What did
but he's
Derrick
going
Henry
to.
lead the NFL in last year?
Rushing yards?
Do you think
Attempts.
he's going to do that again? Yeah, he had also attempts. He also was fed
Yards
the
per
most.
carry.
Devontae Adams did most with the least. He turned literally one of the worst
Josh Jacobs had a
compared
hell
to
of a
these
season.
guys. Dude, you're
Darren
helping
Waller?
my point more. So they were focused on Josh Jacobs, who's getting fed like a fucking workhorse.
And opening
so
up
let's
Devontae
take-
Adams.
That's opening up stuff for Devontae
do
Adams.
you really think Josh Jacobs was opening up Devontae Adams, or Devontae Adams was opening up Josh Jacobs?
Josh Jacobs led the
Josh
league in
Jacobs
rushing.
didn't do
He's
anything
a
like
rushing
that
leader.
before Devontae.
He led the league in rushing.
Dude, when did Josh Jacobs do that before
Well, they
Devontae
benefit
Adams
each
got
other.
there? Dude, I'm telling you, every linebacker in
Devontae's
their
still up there.
fucking
I'm not dismissing Devontae.
yeah,
But
100%.
I mean, Justin
But
Jefferson
look,
won Offensive Player of the Year. He
But
almost
you guys are
broke
just
Calvin Johnson's record.
you guys are acting like I'm just dismissing Justin Jefferson. I'm not.
You
I'm saying
kind of shouted on there.
so.
It wasn't
I
like you
didn't.
were
I
just like,
literally-
he's really good, but I'm going to bench
You're
him.
like,
I
It's
literally
because
said
they're way
you can
better
look,
than
it
him.
says great but system. I think he's a great player, but his
That's
system is
wild,
helping
dude.
him elevate. No, it's
You
not.
put him on any
That's
team in the
wild.
He is
NFL,
a-
and he's putting the
I-
same.
hold on,
he's-
hold on,
I'm
hold on.
literally admitting he's a top 3 wide receiver, but his system is helping him more than any other wide receivers that he's getting compared to.
No. If the system's helping anybody on this list, it's Jamar Chase. With T. Higgins,
He's
Tyler
in a
Boyd,
great
Joe
system.
Mixon.
Like,
That's a system that's been
When they were at
Joe Burrow
LSU,
throwing to
okay,
him,
so
like-
if we're gonna compare Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, let's go where they played on the same fucking team. Who was the better wide receiver between Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase?
Justin Jefferson.
Holy, okay, we'll leave that argument there then.
Is that crazy to say?
Yes, it is crazy to say.
Like,
I don't watch college
At
football like
LSU,
To the same point, right? Like, you could go back and forth with this. Like, okay,
if you ask
Jamar
anybody
Chase
who
has
is the
T.
number
Higgins.
one, Jamar Chase would have been picked over Justin Jefferson if they went in the same draft. He would have been a top 5 pick both years.
Jamar Chase, to your point, Jamar Chase has T. Higgins taking away from Jamar Chase, right? Justin Jefferson, if you really want to break it down, just like with Devontae Adams, if you're going to say Devontae Adams has no one,
You gonna list the weapons around Justin Jefferson?
Justin Jefferson, what, Adam Thielen?
T.J. Hawkinson, Delvin Cook, Alexander
He
Madison.
was doing
Kirk
that
Cousins,
before
who was
T.J. Hawkinson
way,
got
way-
there.
Dude,
He was,
No,
dude,
what are we talking about?
you're tripping, dude. You're tripping.
He had Kirk Cousins throwing to him as well. Like, what are we talking
He
about?
had 1,600 yards last year in a different system.
And okay,
As a rookie.
Well, that was a sophomore year,
Was
but it's
it?
still a different
So,
system.
so again, like I said, he had a great season, right? Now he gets Kevin O'Connell, who just produced the best single season receiving season
14,
ever
16, 18.
with Cooper Kupp, who we all know is a great wide receiver, but we know Cooper Kupp is not good enough to consistently do that. Why? Because he is schemed wide open.
Well, no, Cooper Kupp has been nice though. It
Yes,
wasn't new.
but he's
and then
not-
Cooper
but
Kupp
so-
also got to upgrade at quarterback with Matthew Stafford.
So okay, would we say that Cooper Kupp is the best wide receiver in the league right now? Even though he put up all those crazy numbers and he could still do it again.
No, pound for pound, but I mean, he's still.
I mean, bro, your argument too, you're like Devontae Adams put up all these
you
touchdowns.
saying-
I'm
like,
saying
those are numbers.
You
that
say
Devontae
this,
Adams is the
this is where you
smartest
got to
wide
subtract
receiver
from your
in the
argument.
NFL.
Like you could have your same rankings. What you absolutely have to take out of there is calling Justin Jefferson a system receiver. That's
that's
fucking
not.
insane.
That's not what
That
I'm
is
saying.
insane.
I
That's literally what
have
you
said
said.
time
said it
and
word for
time.
word.
You word for word said that.
Great, but in system.
Yes, you gotta take that out, bro. That's gotta get the fuck out.
Said he's a system
like if it's a system
That's
guy,
what
it's
that
Jamar
means.
Chase,
Dude.
100%.
Fellas. We still got 2 more start.
Yeah, we do
sit,
have to get up. All right,
start
Easy,
cut and sit list. So let's narrow this down to our
JB's
our
trying to
first
get on.
one.
Okay.
All right. Your final list for start sit.
Look, and I don't have any beef with like I have no beef with your rankings. I just you gotta take the system argument out. That's fucking wild. Mine. And this, you could go this any 3 ways. I wouldn't be mad at you. My number 1 was Jefferson.
That's fine.
My number
It's
2
not
was
a bad
Chase,
pick.
and my number 3 was Adams.
I have the exact same.
Let me put this in
Justin
perspective to you.
Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Devontae Adams.
Let me put this into perspective to you. You have Michigan and Ohio State. Which wide receiver do you think will produce better walking into a school, Michigan or Ohio State? And it's not because who has a better quarterback. It's because of the coaches and the system that's in place there. Wide receivers
That's just false because like Ohio State just recruits better receivers. Like
why do you think that?
Hold on, dude. What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm
Justin
so
Jefferson had
confused.
1,600 yards and 10 touchdowns last
Dude.
year. A totally different system.
And did we think would you
Had a
consider
totally
him
different.
would you call him the best wide
He
receiver
only had
last
200
year?
more yards this
So
year.
did you call him the best wide receiver in football last year? No.
Last year, yeah, he's in the conversation last year
But
too.
did you call
Top
him
3.
the
Did you miss
top
that catch
3?
he had against the Bills? Like that's
This
like
year,
yeah, he
he's
did
solidified
great.
on top of
himself
that.
this year.
Hey, hold on. Who's the worst quarterback? Who has the worst quarterback out of 3?
Devontae Adams? Derek Carr and Jarrett Stidham this year.
Cousins is worse than Derek Carr.
I would say
I agree.
normally, yes,
100%.
but this year, Derek Carr was not a good quarterback. Derek Carr.
Well,
did
Josh
not play
McDaniels
like
was not
Derek
a good
Carr.
coach.
You're proving my point even more. And Justin Jefferson
No, I
had a good
have no
coach.
issue. Listen, I have no issue with your rankings. But you gotta take that system argument. That's
But
fucking garbage,
you
dude.
can't- you
This
can't-
guy had 1,600
That's
yards
you
last
could
year
literally
and 10
take Justin
touchdowns
Jefferson
and a
and put him on
completely
every
different
team.
system with a lesser quarterback.
I'm going to use the argument you just said. You can put Justin Jefferson on every team in the NFL, and he is going to put up 1,600
eat.
yards. He is going to.
So that means he is not
Let
a
me
system
finish.
So take the
quarterback.
system shit out.
That's what that means. If
You
can put him on any team-
you're not making an argument.
Okay, so you
are making an argument against
you guys
yourself.
aren't seeing what I'm saying.
That way we-
So if you
very
have,
Well, you're
you have
debunking yourself.
this, it's not. You guys aren't seeing what I'm saying. So you have, let's say you have Kevin O'Connell right here. You have insert Justin Jefferson, who would normally get 1,600 yards on any other team. He's going to go up to 1,800 yards regardless.
200 more yards.
Devontae Adams, who normally gets 1,600 yards, he's going to go up 200 more yards. It is a system that he knows how to
Stop.
play.
Stop. That's garbage.
You're acting like great positional coaches will
Can we
not bring.
just say like
You can't say that about Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell's had 1 year coaching. Sean McVay's been the fucking man. He's been the fucking man. I can't.
Do you know
credit
what?
Kevin
You know
O'Connell.
what he was doing
If we
before?
could say any of these
he
receivers
was the
is just-
passing game coordinator in LA. He was the guy drawing up the plays and getting guys open. You can say Sean McVay was drawing up all those plays. I can tell you right now, Kevin O'Connell was drawing up a shit ton of those plays because you know why? He knows how to scheme guys open. And when you have a great talented receiver, he is going to put up
You sound
better
so stupid.
numbers.
can I talk?
He had 200 more yards, bro.
Can we hear me out? If we're gonna say out of these 3 guys, if there's a system receiver, I would say, and I'm not saying he is because he's not. None of these. When you're like a top
Yeah.
5, top
None
10
of these
receiver,
guys are system wide
Here,
receivers.
let me finish this. When you're a top 5, top
By the
10
way, Sean
receiver
McVay
in the
called the
league,
plays.
you are not a system receiver, right? Like those top 5 guys are not system receivers.
Yeah, that's.
If you had to pick one out of these 3 guys, you could, and it's just false. You would have to say Jamar Chase because he's been with Joe Burrow his whole career, and he hasn't had a different coach since he's been in the NFL. He's been in the same system. You haven't seen him outside a different system. With Justin Jefferson, he's had a whole new coaching staff. He's had different systems come in and out there already, and he's continued not just to produce the same amount. Every single year, he's had 1,400 yards his first year, 1,600 the next. New head coach, 1,800. Like this man has continued to grow in a different system every year. Like
He rushes the ball, and he arguably has the worst quarterback of the 3.
yes,
I think I'm gonna have to get you guys a shot clock.
we could put one.
You just ended on that one.
Get you guys a shot clock.
Let's get the next one. That was good. That was good.
Okay.
Let's just go through the next 3
And
real
we'll
quick.
just rapid fire.
And then if there's any problems at the end of it, then we can discuss and we can get out.
Save him.
So save them for the end. So
Okay.
all right, Lucas, AJ Brown, Stephon Diggs, or DeAndre Hopkins.
Number 1, I'm taking D Hop. 2, I'm taking AJ Brown. 3, I'm taking Stephon Diggs.
Easy.
All great wide receivers.
D Hop, AJ Brown, Stephon Diggs.
Wow. Stephon Diggs, D Hop, AJ Brown.
All right. We were able to fly through there. Any other input from Chris or JB?
What?
Do you guys have any other input?
Is that correct?
Nope.
What?
I was just saying, is mine Mine kind of crazy.
Your camera is off, but yeah.
Okay. So then we'll fly through it. T. Higgins, Jalen Waddle, Deebo Samuel.
Samuel, Higgins, Waddle. I think you're just biased because Joe Burrow.
No, I'm gonna actually go. I'm gonna go Samuel, Waddle, Higgins.
I had Higgins, Samuel, Waddle.
I think Waddle.
I mean,
I just think T. Higgins is the best number one wide receiver out of those three. Like if you were to put him in San Fran and not give him Jamar
Well, they're
Chase,
all
I
good.
think we'd be.
that's a
They're all
close
gonna
one.
eat.
Yeah.
That's a really close one.
But Samuel just has a dual threat. He's doing multiple quarterbacks
Yeah.
at this point. Like
That's
it's-
why
That's
have
why
him
I
one.
put him in
Yeah.
front of Waddle.
But I do really think Waddle is like. I think he's way better than what people think. Like he's he's legit. Like
I'm very good.
you could compare him to Amon-Ra and be like Waddle's better.
Yeah.
Like you could easily do that, and I think Higgins is a little outside of that.
I mean, they're different skill sets, but I mean, look at the rookie years, like Waddle and Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra only started, 9 games? Waddle started the entire season.
Yeah.
And I think Amon-Ra ended, like 24 yards less than him. And then you insert Tyreek Hill, is going to automatically open up anything for everyone. And then Waddle blows up. Like, it's just like, I can't ride Waddle, one, because pause. 2, you just insert Tyreek Hill in that offense. It's going to open up a lot of things for him.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know.
That's like if I make a system argument for anybody today, it's
Jalen Waddle,
Waddle and Samuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Samuel for sure. I
I agree with you there. I'm
Yeah.
not saying Justin Jefferson is a system.
And then Jamar Chase. I'm playing. What are you
And then
doing?
T-
To conclude the show, and to conclude my argument, Justin Jefferson is not a system wide receiver.
Okay, thank you.
That's
I've said
all
that,
we wanted.
I've
That's all
said
we
that
wanted.
numerous times now.
No, you
No,
put down
because you
what
literally
saying.
would go back and saying it was a system.
Don't read what you said on that sheet again. Don't say.
Just
it.
cross
Do
it
you-
out.
do you
You
want-
can have your rankings. Just cross out that argument.
Read it.
It's a system.
No, yeah, we don't want to read that.
I think
It's a
being in
system.
Minnesota is very friendly to a wide receiver, and I think any wide receiver
Wild.
would be playing his best football in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Very, very, very much disagree.
So yeah, I don't.
Very
I don't
much
agree with
disagree.
that.
I think if you put like a Debo in there, he's in a bad
This
spot.
guy's literally been in the league 2 years.
Jalen
I think
Waddle,
if you
bad
put
spot.
I think if you put I agree with your Debo argument. I think if you were to put a true number one wide receiver, I think they would have their
Debo's
best career.
true.
I'm saying like receiving, like they're not going to be handing the ball to Debo.
Bro, do you know who called the plays in LA?
Dude, he was the passing game coordinator. He wasn't the
Do you
offensive.
know who called the plays?
Yeah, Sean McVay did,
Okay,
but whose
all
plays
right.
was he calling? That's like giving
So like
credit
this
to the
guy
waiter, but not the cook.
goes to a team with arguably the best receiver in the league, and the best receiver in the league has another dog ass season. You can't credit the fucking coach.
No,
we had
I'm not-
dog ass season after dog ass season previously.
Three
Like,
I'm
straight
not
years. Not just
dogging-
one.
And
I'm
on
not
top of McVay
dogging the
continued
coach.
to-
It's like I'm not even going to try to go into this. I'm saying I'm not because we've been here forever. Have a great night from my end.
Yeah, all right.
I just
Appreciate
disagree
that.
with that. That's all.
Yeah, I think that we can go all night with that
Yeah.
one. That's crazy. Wild take from Lucas Klotz over there, but Ohio man, what is the stuff going on right now in
Like
Ohio?
this is the one last thing. I'll go. I promise you guys. When the whole Cooper Cup shit was going on, did you hear Kevin O'Connell's name? Did you hear Matthew Stafford's name? And their relationship.
What did I honestly hear? What did I think? Like as a
What
football
would you
fan,
hear?
like
Like, what were you
watching.
told? What was actually going on?
Cooper Cup is so wide open because Sean McVay. And then if you look, why is Sean McVay doing good? It's because he's calling somebody's plays. And what was most of their success through the passing game?
He's
Who's
not
drawing
calling
up those-
somebody's plays. It's Sean McVay's plays.
What
bud.
does a passing game coordinator do? What do you think they do for their job? They are sitting there coming up with new
Nothing.
passing plays for
I
them
can tell you
to run
exactly
this
what a
week.
Is
passing
there-
game coordinator does. Ben Johnson just said in an interview with Tim Twentyman. They're helping execute what the offensive coordinator already wants to do, and they're delegated certain
So
tasks.
now, when you think somebody is getting pulled to that, and now they're getting jumped to a head coach, don't you think like that dude's better than an offensive coordinator? He's probably the reason though, or doing so fucking
No.
good. Not the reason,
No,
but a
because-
huge reason and why. Sean McVay still, like I said, we can go for this all night. But these two got to get home.
But the fact is, though, last thing
They'll
here-
leave. I'll press the end button.
last thing
Put
is
on
here
three
too
screen.
with this though is to the point of this. You can say all you want that this coach is great and
For
he's
wide receivers,
You
for
can
wide
say
receivers,
that?
he is great.
It's
But the
just
thing
not
is,
even,
Justin Jefferson was doing this before he got there. He did it in a whole
Yes.
different scheme.
On top of that,
I've
on
heard
top of
you-
that,
You
like,
guys are saying this
so
a
that
thousand
debunks
times,
that
and I'm
whole
agreeing
thing.
with you.
I'm
This
saying
is why
something
you're
different.
not
I'm saying
seeing
something
my
different.
point.
When the whole Cooper Cup situation was going down, and even speaking of Cooper Cup and Matthew Stafford, it was a relationship between Cooper Cup and Matthew Stafford and the chemistry they had.
And would you say that
We
Kirk Cousins?
never did you ever hear Kevin O'Connell's name mentioned. Like opposite in here in Detroit, you'd hear Ben Johnson's name mentioned. You know what I'm saying? Like the guys
I'm not saying he's the main reason.
You
that
are, though.
Justin Jefferson is a great wide receiver. That is acknowledging how good he is. And now I'm acknowledging that Justin Jefferson probably, if he didn't have Kevin O'Connell this year as a head coach, would not have put up those numbers. And that is just facts. It's not discrediting.
Oh my God!
Not saying he wouldn't have been.
Ended on that one. That's garbage.
Appreciate you guys tuning in.
That's
Literally
fine.
put up those numbers last year.
Well, we're gonna have a new name for the show. We're gonna end this. Make sure you guys click like, subscribe. Easy. Appreciate you coming on, bro.
For sure. You guys better post this one. I'm just being right.
No, this is going to be posted Saturday. If you're watching it, it's already posted. But we're going to have clips, everything with this show. Episode number 1. Appreciate you guys tuning in.
Power ranking criminal athletes. Let's go.
Power ranking the Ohio guys. Let's go. All right. Love you all. Appreciate it.
Gotcha.